Hello, all of my friends. I am 2 minutes early, and this is for the early birds. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter. I hope you all have some chocolate eggs to eat or something good, maybe real eggs, with some omelets or something. I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Drew. He's going to be riding a long way this summer. Drew Mac, he's in the comment section over here. Hi, Lori Frazier. How you doing? Lori's one of my favorite people who I have never met actually in real life. But Lori is a wonderful woman, lives out in Northern California near Yosemite. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Sorry I haven't had any videos for the past 2 weeks. The reason is because I was far, far away in Rwanda. And yeah, it was pretty incredible. I just got back Friday. Today is Sunday, so I'm still going through some jet lag. And I just thought it'd be fun to do a little Sunday live session with all of my best friends out there on TeamDuzer. And I would love to just chat and answer your questions and have some fun and, just, Olay all day. Did you know an Olay a day keeps the doctor away? It's true. If you Olay under a tunnel today, you're going to be a healthy person. Rick says, no crashies, no flatties, no whammies. Corey Weitzel, loving the book. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wrote a book. Thank you all for buying this book, The Long Way Home. I appreciate it. I am so proud of this. It took a long, long, long time to write this book and get it printed. You've heard me talk about it. It's printed in the most eco-friendly fashion possible. It is still for sale at DuzerBook.com. If you're outside of the United States, I'm sorry, the shipping is insanely expensive. I will be releasing the ebook version very soon. Daniel Evans says, love you, dudes. I love you too, Daniel. How you doing? Renee Acevedo. How you doing, Renee? Renee is the gentleman I met on Ragbri last year, and I actually ended up giving him my Priority 600 at the end. Renee is going to ride his bike across the country this summer. That's so cool. I'd love to hear about your adventure plans this summer. It doesn't have to be big. It can just be like, hey, I'm going to ride down the street and sleep in my mom's backyard, because we all know who's done that. Me. Let's see what else. Have I ever thought of going to Northern Africa? I mean, I've thought of going everywhere. I would love to see as many places as I can on this beautiful planet. It's all a matter of finding time to do it. Let's see what we have. Hey, Trent, how you doing, buddy? I Olayed both tunnels riding through Zion, one riding and one in the back of a truck. That's cool. You can be in a car and Olay. You might annoy the person next to you in the car, but that's okay. They will get over it. And Olay Day keeps the doctor away. Trent, the man. Hey, Josh, how you doing? Let's see. Jacob, how you doing? Jacob, I hope you are coming to Boulder this summer. So I met Jacob at the Priority event in December, and he actually won a Priority 600X at that event. It was a random drawing, raffle type thing, and he's going to ride that bike across the country this summer. So yeah, come on through Boulder. I hope I'm here. I'm not always here all that often in the summertime because I'm out doing my own adventures. But if I'm not here, you can camp in my mom's backyard. How's that sound? Richard, you need to get your copy signed, a copy of the book signed. Yeah, come on to Boulder and I will sign it for you. Also, Ragbri. I will be at Ragbri. I will bring a lot of Sharpies. I will be signing books. I don't know if I'll be selling books because I don't want to travel with a whole bunch of books. It's kind of heavy, but I'll see what I can do. We are going to have some sort of an informal team at Ragbri this summer. It's not going to be an official thing, but we're going to do some fun stuff. I'm going to get some t-shirts made for all of you, and it's going to be great and fun. And so if you're coming to Ragbri, yeah, let's plan on having a great time and eating a lot of pie. How does that sound? Jonathan says, have you thought of making a video about some of the food recipes from your travels? The grub in Oaxaca looked awesome. Need some recipe tips. That is a great question, because the food is awesome in Oaxaca. I have to say, I don't know the recipes. I was just going into these little stores and buying food, but I can look it up. You heard me talk a lot about enfrijoladas. It was that dish with essentially just tortillas soaked in refried beans with onions and other goodies. And it was so yummy, so simple. If you look up enfrijoladas recipe, I'm sure it'll pop up online. Author Arthur Street from South Carolina. And we've got Victor A from Francia. That means France in Spanish. Victor says I should come to the Alps. I should definitely go to the Alps. The Alps are awesome. You got to come to the state of Morelos, Mexico. All right. I love Morelos too. Did you see the indie film Once Is Enough about Jeffrey Binney doing the Leadville 100? No, I haven't seen that. I'll have to put that on my list of YouTube videos to watch. Also, give me some suggestions of some good channels to watch on YouTube. I have some of my favorites, but I know all of you, scour YouTube and watch some great content, and I would like to find some great new content creators to watch and support. Get out there tattoos. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to write that down right here. Maybe for Ragbri, we can have some get out there tattoos. I'm going to write that down. See, this is how I get my ideas from you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Would you wish my wife Liz a happy birthday? Of course. Happy birthday to you, Liz. Happy birthday to you, Liz. Ole, 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 ole. Happy birthday. I hope Liz is listening because this song is for you on your 35th birthday or whatever. We've got Darren from North Carolina. Let's see. Mitch Boyer has been killing it in the bike space lately. Okay, Mitch Boyer. I'm going to write that one down. Mitch Boyer. There's so many good YouTubers out there. I love finding people who are telling great stories. We've got Adam Van Cleve from Nebraska. Thank you. I appreciate you for tuning in today. Growing up in Boulder, our football rivalry was with Nebraska. So as a kid, I never liked Nebraska, just solely based on the football team because they always kicked our butt. But now we're in different divisions, so it's all good. And I've ridden my bike through Nebraska many times, and I do love Nebraska. Small town Nebraska is great. It's kind of like Iowa. Vegan cyclist, I've definitely seen him. Hey, Lane, how you doing? I did have a great time in Africa. I'm going to tell you all about it. I filmed, obviously the adventures. So you will be seeing all about Rwanda. I'm just going to try and go through some of these comments and questions here soon, and then I will start talking about my experience in Rwanda. You should garden more. I should garden more if I had a garden. I only have a balcony. So I can't grow a whole lot of food, and I'm gone all the time, and so I can't water the plants that I have. I have one plant. I have a succulent in my house. That's it. Let's see. Please watch the Sunday Ride. He is riding around the world to collect money to raise for a school in Africa. Okay, Sunday Ride. I'm going to write that one down too. Does anybody know about the plant-based food options for Ragbri? I've been getting this question a lot. The short answer is there is not a lot of options out there for plant-based people. There used to be a traveling salad bar booth, but I did not see them last year. The good thing about this year, since it's the 50th year of Ragbri, they are going to be going through bigger towns, and the bigger towns have grocery stores, and obviously you can find whatever you want in a grocery store. But as far as the food vendors go, plant-based is like the smoothie guy, and maybe some of the taco places if you just get like a veggie taco, but it's not good. It's mostly meat. It is cattle country and corn country. Oh, Kodiak Farm Beasley. Good morning from Louisiana. I love Louisiana. I've ridden my bike through there. We got Diego from Argentina. I definitely have to come bike pack the Andes sometime. Hey, Juan Hernandez just gave me $9.99. Thank you, my friend. This is a big abrazo for you. Thank you. Am I going to have a booth for my book at Ragbri? No, nothing's going to be official. I won't have a booth. You're just going to have to come find me. But I will announce where I'm going to be. It won't be hard to find me. Look, did I just see? Yes, Ride with Danny's in here. My friend Danny, you all met Danny in my videos last year. Really inspirational young man, raising money and awareness for suicide prevention. He was the guy that was surfing on his bike a lot in the videos. He is in the chat right here. He is awesome. He will also be at Ragbri, and he's been coming every week to the Boulder Cruiser Ride, which is so fun. If you're ever in Boulder and you want to come and ride your bike with a bunch of goofballs, come join us. And you can find information about the Boulder Cruiser Ride on Instagram, and the handle is @Boulder Bike Night. Maybe I'll write it in here right now. Let's see. At Boulder Bike Night. Oh, I didn't write that right. Boulder Bike Night. I can spell. Remember that. If you're ever in Boulder, check us out. Walter Smith wants to know about my handlebars that I use for long distance touring. I don't use anything special. I use the stock bars on my 600X and my 600. I've never done like the arrow bars where you're, down in the tuck position. I like simple, flat handlebars. Hey, Victor, thanks for the 10 euros. I appreciate it. Is that euros? I think it is. Lori Fraser, $20. What, Lori? You're already so generous. You don't have to do that. Lori, you're awesome. Thank you. I'm sending you a big hug, Lori. You're incredible. Harold Torrance says, you inspired my son and I to do bike touring. We traveled to the UK last summer and rode across several cities. I humbly tried to open a YouTube channel, Torrance Cycling Adventures. All right, go follow him, people. Torrance Cycling Adventures. Very cool. And Zion, the Pomskis Adventures, said, I just started my YouTube with my Pomski. John and Mira and yourself has motivated me so much. Thank you. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in Seattle. Oh, yes. So I am doing a bit of a book tour. Not a huge book tour, a little one. I'm going to be in the San Francisco area on April 28th and 29th. And we're going to have a bike ride. You can come check out Priority Bikes and ride some of their bikes. And I'm going to be doing a book talk. So if you live in the San Francisco area, April 28th and 29th, you can get all the information on the Priority website. And then the week later, I'm going to be in the Seattle area with Cascade Cycling, May 5th and 6th. So come check us out. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be super fun. Let's see. Happy Easter, Ryan, Mindy, and Andy and Silverthorne. How are you doing? Mindy and Andy, I got to meet them when they came to my book launch in Boulder here this past December. Renee says, remember, have my size so I can buy a shirt. Oh, the shirts for Ragbri are going to be free, by the way. I'm going to make a whole bunch of shirts, and we're going to give them away for free. It's going to be my unofficial TeamDuzer shirts. We're not going to make jersey material. They're going to be shirts, probably organic cotton, because you know me. And so stay tuned for information on that. But we're going to be chucking out T-shirts at Ragbri left and right. Okay, Dana Van Voorhees, Van Duzer. I love anybody with a Van in their last name as part of my family. What is the name of your rear rack you're using these days? Is it your favorite one you've used so far? I am using, it's called the Aero Rack, and it's from New Zealand, way, way far away. I really do like it. It's strong. It's simple. It can go on any bicycle. And yeah, maybe someday I'll make a video about it, but I've been riding the Aero Rack, and it's cool. It has these little modular attachments, so you can put dry bags on it on the sides and the top. It's pretty sweet. Is it my favorite one ever? I mean, it's good. It's not like mind blowing, but it's definitely a solid rack. Hey, Chrissy, Evie. Hello, Chrissy and Evie. I'm sending you a hug. So I met my little friend, Evie, my best friend, at Ragbri this year. I think she's young. She's like 5-ish or something. I forget exactly how old she is, but she is so cute. And her mother, Chrissy, how you doing? Let's see. Oh, we've got Carlos from Cancun. What? Talk about spring break. I want to be in Cancun right now. Ever planning to ride in Europe? Well, so this summer I'm planning what I was trying to do last summer. I'm planning on riding the length of Sweden this summer. And I know that's not much of Europe. It's just Sweden, and I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere for most of the time. But the idea is to ride from the Arctic Circle all the way up north, down south to southern Sweden. It's about 1,200 miles. Pretty far. Let's see. What do you think about 90s MTBs for beginner bike packers? Got a 90s Gary Fisher Hukuiku. So if anybody out there is considering bike packing and you're looking at what bike to ride, I will tell you any bike will work as long as it's comfortable and you can sit on that bike for 6 to 8 hours a day. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a fancy bike at all. I will say it's good to invest in high quality puncture resistant tires so you're not constantly fixing flat tires. My favorite tires are the Schwalbe Marathon Plus tires. Those tires are pretty much bomb proof. I've barely gotten any flat tires. Those tires you use tubes with. I'm also a big fan of tubeless tire setups. With tubeless, also, you barely get any flats. So yes, does a 90s mountain bike work for bike touring? It sure does. You know, my very first bike ride that's chronicled in this book, when I rode from Honduras to Boulder, I rode a Trek 8000 mountain bike, and it worked just fine. It was from the 90s. I think it was like an $800 bike, brand new. I got it used, and it was awesome. So if anybody out there is wondering if you need the best of the best to do bike touring, you definitely do not. You can ride on whatever you have. Christy says, Evie and I are so excited to see you at Ragbri. I'm excited to see you too. What am I riding now that I gave my bike away? That's true. I'm just gonna get another 600X. I love that bike. So I gave it away and I'll just get another one. I don't have it yet, but I will get one soon. Let's see. I just saw something. How about TeamDuzer shirts or jerseys just for every day? Oh, I don't know if we can do TeamDuzer shirts for every day. I mean, you can wear the same shirt every day if you want, but I don't know if I'll have different ones for every day. If I'm going to San Francisco, better pack your flak jacket. Ha ha. You know, San Francisco is getting a bad rap right now for being dangerous, but I've been there plenty and it's just fine. I think some people are having problems there, but for the most part, it's just media creating nonsense. You know, the media likes to do that sometimes. It's a good story. You missed a sweet donation from Todd Castle. Oh, I did? Where? Oh, Todd. Oh, my God. I just scrolled up and saw that. Thank you so much, Todd. That's amazing. $50. Wow. That is huge. I really appreciate it. Wow, that's really incredible. Thank you, Todd. That means so much to me. Okay, we've got Ronnie from Brazil. No way. I love it. I would also love to visit Brazil someday. Let's see here. A full titanium priority tri-fold, similar to Brompton bicycle with pinion and gates. I would be a buyer. Yeah, that would be a pretty sweet bike. You know, and people ask all the time, can't Priority make this? Can't Priority make that? The truth of the matter is Priority is a very new company and they're still a very small company. So, they seem like a big company because, I talk about them all the time, but they're not like a Trek where they can just make any type of bike. It takes a while for them to develop different models. If you're going to Sweden, you need to do Norway also. Maybe I do need to visit Norway. I've actually never been to Norway, even though I lived in Sweden for an entire year. Jeremy says, hey, Ryan, I watch you as I ride on the trainer in my weight loss journey. Awesome. Jeremy, you're awesome. Keep on going. Hey, Brian Hyder just gave me $10. Is that Australian $10? Is that what that means? Thank you for 10 Australian dollars. I've never had Australian dollars. Did the money just come out of the monitor? Is it like an ATM? Can I see this money? I don't know where this money goes. I think to my YouTube account. Oh, Lori says, I meant you should sell a team jersey for fans to purchase. Okay, it's fun to find TeamDuzer people in any bike. Yes. I will have some sort of a shirt, but we're going to give them away. Don't worry. We don't need money for everything. Let's see. Hello, Ryan from the Sierras. Priority does have priorities. Where did you get your route for the GDMBR? I'm leaving for Montana on July 11th and can't seem to find the right route to put on my Wahoo. I got my route for the GDMBR, the Great Divide, from the bikepacking.com article. You can just download it right there. Or if you go to adventurecycling.org, it's essentially the same route. There's a little bit of changes, little differences here and there, but either way, you're good to go. Whoa, Chris. Thank you for that must be Canadian, 55 Canadian dollars. Wow, you guys are so generous. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. You know that I talk about my gratitude for you all the time. The audience, the people who watch my videos. And it really means the world that you just A, watch my videos, and B, sometimes send me tips. And it's really amazing because all of this money goes into the channel, into allowing me to create more content for you to enjoy. So thank you very much. Drew asks, is Amelia going with me on Ragbri? I hope so. She has a 100-mile race the Saturday before Ragbri starts in Washington. That's pretty far away from Iowa. So she's going to try to meet us at some point on Ragbri because she really loved Ragbri last year and she wants to go back. Happy Easter, says N. Natin. Diego Mata, yes, TeamDuzer jersey. Chris says, I appreciate that you give away your bikes to people who need them. This is my token of thanks on their behalf. I was once among those who couldn't afford a bike. Thank you, Chris. Absolutely. And that's why I give away bikes. You know, I grew up here in Boulder, single mom, 4 kids. We didn't have a lot of money. We really benefited from people's generosity throughout the years. And so when I was a little kid, I always said to myself, when I get older, and if I ever have the ability, I am going to hook up people as much as possible. And so that's why you see me always raising money to get kids on bikes and giving away bikes. It's really important to me because people were good to us growing up, me and my brothers and my sister and my family. And I just want to pay that forward. And that is one of the main reasons why I try to be very generous. And it's not just me being generous. It's Priority Bicycles being generous. They're the ones that are giving me new bikes every time I give a bike away. And I've been doing this even before I hooked up with Priority Bikes. I went to Cuba once and gave away my bike. I did the Baja Divide and gave away my Trek 1120. I gave away my Trek 920 to Luke from Ragbri, if you remember, years ago. And so it's something that I will continue doing throughout my bicycle riding adventuring journey. And you will see in the Rwanda videos that someone there also gets a bike. It's going to be pretty cool. So here we go. Harold Torrance, gracias por la inspiración. My family appreciates your enthusiasm. You were a source of joy throughout the pandemic. Cycling has changed our lives. Saludos desde Minnesota. Thank you, Harold. I appreciate it. Give your family a big hug from Uncle Duzer, crazy Uncle Duzer. Rob H says, I've had my e-bike for 5 years and I'm only 45 miles away from reaching 25,000 miles. I will make it to 25,000 miles this Thursday. Everybody out there, give a round of applause to Rob H. That's amazing. I am so excited for you. 25,000 miles is huge. And you're doing it on a Thursday. And you know that's my favorite day of the week. Happy Thursday, my friend. It will be a happy Thursday indeed. Keep on riding that bike. That is so cool. And Randy says, happy cracked up Easter Duzer. What's the lead time from Priority for a 600X? They have them in stock. If you want a Priority 600X, you can put it in order and you will get it within a week. How's that? You know, at the beginning, when we first designed the 600X, it was during the pandemic. It was during the times when, you know, nothing could be sourced and it took a long, long time to get those Priority 600Xs out. But now we have them in stock. Let's see what else we have here. Duzer for president. Yep, maybe someday. Would you vote for me? I don't know if I want to go into politics. I will find another way to help the planet other than going into politics. I just don't think it's my thing. Goat Locker Wander says, when are you and John Amira going to be able to ride together again? I don't know. I really don't know. You know, they're down in Mexico. They're traveling. He has plans. I have plans. But believe me, I will try my hardest to find them again somewhere on this planet. He is going to ride the Tour Divide race this summer with Mira, the first dog packing duo ever in the Tour Divide race. That starts June 8th or 9th. So pay attention to their little tracker dot and you can follow them as they go. John has been training a ton and he is in very good shape. Let's see what else we have here. Total Control says Ragbri pie and ice cream. Yes, there will be lots of pie and ice cream. Let's see. Thank you so much for your time and effort showing beautiful Mexico. Can't wait to get my hands on your environmental friendly book, Ian and Jamie. Yes, Mexico was awesome. The Oaxaca trip was spectacular, as you saw in my videos. I absolutely love Mexico. I love Oaxaca. It's probably my favorite state in Mexico. They have the best food. They have really nice mountains. It's all amazing. Let's see. What else do we have here? Paul says, how do you train for the Leadville 100 Ultra? You know, I'm not a good one to ask about training because I am not good at like specific, strict training plans. Amelia would be a good one to ask, but I just run a lot. You know, I just try to get miles on my feet And so for the Leadville 100 this summer, I trained quite a bit more than I usually do. Yet it's hard to train because I'm always on my bike, and bikes do not help you for running races at all, really. And so it's a tricky balance trying to bike and also run quite a bit to be able to pull off a 100-mile race. Let's see here. Steven Marodi says, how's the jet lag? The jet lag is hitting me good. I woke up at about 5 in the morning today. I've been wired ever since. But you know what I love about jet lag is I get a lot done. You know, I wake up and I'm motivated. Oh, we've got BBB Adventures. Looking forward to riding with TeamDuzer at Ragbri. BBB Adventures. You met them in my videos this summer. They make their own videos. They have an awesome YouTube channel. Find them in the chat section here. BBB Adventures. They're releasing videos right now about their trip across the country on the Priority Apollo bicycles, and they are a wonderful couple. I love them. I'm so grateful that I met them. So go follow their YouTube channel, BBB Adventures. Beth, thank you for the $20, and you got this little like green monster guy. I like it. Thank you so much, Beth. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. You're so kind. Mr. Snrub says, do you do yoga or just stretches to stay limber for riding many days in a row? I don't do yoga, but I definitely stretch. Stretching has become something that's very important to keeping my body happy after sitting on a bike all day. So it's definitely something that's important. Yeah. Hello from New Mexico. Love your videos. Can't wait to see you at Ragbri, says Tyler Marshall. New Mexico is another one of my favorite states. I love that state. The Monumental Loop, bikepacking loop, is down there out of Las Cruces if you're looking for a good, 4-day, 5-day ride. Let's see what else. Rab says, I don't like running, but I love cycling. I get it. It's usually one or the other with people. I actually just love both of them. Running really is my first love. That's what I've been doing the longest. Randy says, ever since you went to the Monument Loop, many more people are interested in getting to Las Cruces for Danger Bird and other rides. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I love being able to highlight cool routes and cool events on my channel and then getting more people to go and check it out. That's the goal. That's the whole get out there ethos. I show you something cool, you get inspired, and then you go do it, right? That's the goal. And so I really love being able to highlight amazing events. And Matt Mason down there in Las Cruces, he's the guy who created the Monumental Loop and the Danger Bird event. They have a great bikepacking community down there. So if you ever want to go down there, it is definitely worth it. Dave Brown says, encourage Amelia to make it to Ragbri by Wednesday when it's World Record Day. Yes. So I think Wednesday will be the day that she can make it. Yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome. I think they're hoping for, 50, 60, 70,000 people on bikes. It's absolutely insane what they're hoping for. Matt says, will your book be available in electronic form? Yes. I am talking with my friends at Priority this week about getting the ebook online so you can download it and read it anywhere. I know that the shipping worldwide is absolutely insanely expensive. There's nothing we can do about it. I would love it to be cheaper, but it just can't be. And so the ebook will take care of that. There still are plenty of copies of the actual book available if you want to buy this at DuzerBook.com. And go out and get it. Drew says, oh, I remember BBB now. Yes, cool people. They are so cool. Oh, Alex Hofvander from Sweden. Hey, Sverige. Jag älskar Sverige. So I think a lot of you know this, but maybe some of you don't, but I lived in Sweden as an exchange student when I was 18 years old, and it was a life-changing experience. I graduated from high school here in Boulder. I got a scholarship from Rotary International to study abroad, and they sent me to Sweden. I'd never really traveled anywhere other than Wyoming for a soccer game. So going to Sweden was a big deal. I lived with an amazing host family in southern Sweden, and I completely fell in love with Sweden and Europe and just the idea of learning about new languages and culture. So I attribute a lot of my travel wanderlust to my year in Sweden. I had a wonderful host family. I'm still in touch with them. I've been back many times. And so that's why this summer, I really want to get back there and ride the entire length of Sweden. So that's my Swedish connection for all of you who don't know. Let's see. When is Pinion going to make an electronic shifting option that eliminates clunky cables? Love your channel, Paul. Looks like Paul is writing through his wife's YouTube account, Cindy. Paul, you are in luck. I have heard rumors that that is coming very soon. So that will definitely be a thing here sometime soon. Oh, we've got Manuel from Venezuelan in Colombia. Right on. Let's see. We got another Brazilian, Juliano Maciel. How many days in total did it take you to ride the GDMBR border to border? Let's see. So it was 27 days plus another like 7 days. So like 34, 35 days. And that was at a pretty leisurely pace. So if you're out there thinking about doing the GDMBR, I mean, it's not, I mean, you've seen me do the Colorado Trail and other very difficult rides. The GDMBR is not hard like that at all. It's mostly very rideable, smooth gravel roads. There's a few sections that are chunky, but they don't last long. Let's see. Everybody like the stream. Get Duzer's name out there. Yes, thank you. When you first got your 600X, did you go tubeless right away? Yes, I've been a fan of tubeless long before the Priority 600X. I am a big believer. I rarely get flat tires. And if you do get a puncture in your tire, it's very easy to fix. You just plug it up with what they call a bacon strip. You don't have to take the whole tire off and pull a tube out and find it and patch it like, you know, a normal setup. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the tubeless. I got a question here. Are you able to sign the copy of your book before sending? Oh, I thought it said, are you be able to sign the ebooks before sending? No, I can't sign the ebooks. I am not able to sign the books. That is unfortunate, but they are all at the Priority Warehouse in Pennsylvania. So I have no access to the books, unfortunately. So I cannot sign them. Oh, we've got Lorena from La Esperanza in Tibuca, Honduras. That's the town I lived in when I was a Peace Corps volunteer from 2003 to 2005. That's so cool that somebody is actually in Honduras, in my town right now. That is so cool. Let's see. Hello from a neighbor in Colorado Springs, Maria Roncalli. That's a pretty cool name. Launch Studios. Hey, Ryan, it's Dustin from Canada wondering how and when you learned Espanol. So I learned Spanish mainly in college. I did a study abroad in Guadalajara, Mexico for like 5 months. I took an intensive Spanish course, and that's where I learned the base of my Spanish. And then I lived in Honduras for 2 years where I spoke Spanish every single day, and that's where I got much better at Spanish. So that's how I learned my Spanish. Let's see what else. Total Control says, I don't think electronic shifting will ever take the place of cables. And I have to agree with you. I am not a huge fan. Well, I guess I shouldn't knock it till I try it. But I like the simplicity of mechanical shifting and brakes. You know, there's a big move right now for electronic shifting. And I've heard stories of people who go on these bikepacking trips and they forget to charge their battery on their rear derailleur and they can't shift their bike, you know, and so that there's silly stuff like that, you know, in a way, you know, technology makes life easier, but then it sometimes doesn't make life easier. So we'll see where all of this goes with technology. I'm not a huge gearhead. I don't stay up to date with all this stuff like a lot of people, but electronic shifting is something that intrigues me, but I'm not sure I'm super excited about it. Jason Willis says, are washboards the main concern with the GDMBR then? Yeah, I mean, there's some washboardy roads, but really it's not that. I don't remember. I guess it changes from year to year, I'm sure, the washboard on the GDMBR, but I don't remember any situations that were all that uncomfortable. On the Baja Divide, now we're talking some serious washboard roads that are uncomfortable, but the GDMBR is, let's just say, compared to the Colorado Trail, the GDMBR is a piece of cake. We've got Zerto Boxing from Puerto Rico, Boricua. Do I ever ride in Texas? I have ridden a lot in Texas. I've ridden across the entire state of Texas when I was going across the country once, but I haven't been back in a long time. I'd like to. Favorite lime line from your book. This is why I ride. The beautiful, the painful, the people. Yes. Thank you. Those are the reasons why I ride. What time of year did I start the divide, and how long did it take? I started, I think, July 8th or 9th from the border of Canada, and it took about a month. Let's see what else we have here. Neat live, Ryan. Skål from Stockholm, Sweden. We've got another Swede in there. Skål allihopa. Glad påsk till dig. I just told them happy Easter. We've got somebody from Latvia, Martins Maslakovs. That's so cool. I've never been to Latvia. We've got JJ from Brooklyn. Great to meet you last December at Priority headquarters, planning a short bikepacking trip this summer with someone I met at my book signing. That's so cool. So you never know, like, what's going to happen when you go to an event. You might just think, I'm going to go listen to some guy talk, but then you meet somebody and you become friends and then you start riding bikes together. How cool is that? Awesome. Travis Reed from Grand Junction. What's up, my friend? Thank you for clicking the like button. You all rock. That's right, Travis. You get my people clicking that like button. Oh, hey, Macabre says, thank you for inspiring my husband to ride. You're a positive force in our lives, Cynthia. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate it. That's the goal. The goal is to get people out there on their bikes, enjoying life in whatever way that means. You don't have to be an elite athlete. You don't have to have the best equipment. You just get on your bike or walk or run or hike. Just get outside. I mean, it just makes life so much better. If you're having a bad day, get outside just for 10 minutes and breathe some fresh air and maybe lay in the grass and look at the cool clouds. it just changes everything very quickly. William Southwick. I'll be 67 next month, survivor of 2 heart attacks, but still riding a 90s mountain bike in the mountains of Vermont for the past 3 years. Much healthier and lost 40 pounds, looking to start doing some short tours. First of all, William, you are awesome. I am so incredibly impressed. I mean, this is just a short comment here, but you said a lot in just a few sentences. 2 heart attacks. That's incredible. And down 40 pounds. That's a big deal. Congratulations to you. And I wish you all the best on your future bike adventures. And Natin says, come ride the Northeast Texas Trail. I'll have to look that one up. I've never heard of that one. Let's see. We've got somebody from Holland. Now, you also got my wife, Cynthia, to ride too. Now we ride sometimes as a family. I love it. I think it's a great way to bond with the family on bikes. It's just pure fun. Oh, we've got somebody, Carlo Aragones from Philippines. What time is it over there? It's got to be like Monday morning. Cascade Bike Club Seattle is hosting you in May. Are you going to make people pay to attend your event? Alf, no. The answer is no. I never charge anybody to come to my events. No. So everything I will do will always be free. We've got somebody from Romania. Is there a chance you might get yourself a touring doggy? And also to your journey is the oldest rider you come across that is a long distance tour. So I didn't understand that. But a touring doggy, maybe someday I'll get a dog. Right now I travel a lot. It's hard to have a dog. I guess I could leave my dog with my mom here in Boulder. But as of right now, no plans to get a dog. But I do want to just steal Mira. No, I wouldn't do that. John and Mira are such a good duo. I would never do that. But Mira is the world's best dog. Joel says, YouTube recommendation. I just found out about bike infrastructure and wonderful city planning for bikes, not just bikes. That's a great channel, not just bikes. It's blown up in the last couple of years. And this guy makes all sorts of videos about bicycle advocacy, city planning, and talks a lot about Europe. He's based out of Amsterdam. So if you're looking for a good channel and you want to learn more about what, some of the leading cities in Europe are doing to promote more cycling, go to the Not Just Bikes YouTube channel. Angela Flynn, your videos changed my life. No way. That's amazing. Well, I'm glad to be part of hopefully a positive change in your life, because I guess it could be a negative change. Somebody could be like, I started watching your videos and all I do now is buy bikes, and you're in crazy debt because you just have too many bikes. No, I doubt that happens. Alex says, hope to shake your hand and have a chat in 2025, starting my world tour from Vancouver then. Well, I hope so. Come on through Boulder, my friend. And if I'm home, you can camp in my backyard that I don't have. We'll figure something out. Let's see what else we have. So I'll say it again. I am doing 2 events in the coming month to talk about my book. Priority people will also be there. We will have priority bikes for you to ride and enjoy. I will be in the San Francisco area on April 28th and 29th in specifically Mill Valley. And then the next week, I will be in Seattle, May 5th and 6th, doing a talk about my book, and we'll be riding bikes and having fun. So if you are in those 2 areas right now, that's where I will be. San Francisco, 28th and 29th of April, Seattle, May 5th and 6th. Brian says, have I checked out the new Eastern Divide Trail? I have seen it online, and that looks like an amazing adventure. So that might be one for the list here soon. Trail Ahead says, how much does your mountain bike cost? The 600X is $3,500. And that might seem like a lot. And it is a lot, relatively. But if you compare that to other bikepacking bikes, it's actually right, in the middle or even on the lower side of the middle. I mean, some people spend $1,000 just on carbon wheels for their bikes. And I mean, these bikes can get out of control expensive very quickly. So the 600X, we designed it to be as affordable as possible, but also be quality. So the Pinion and Gates drivetrain is about $1,000 just for that, which is expensive, but I believe in it. It's low maintenance. It's pretty much bomb proof. And then we have the shocks up front, and we have quality wheels. We have tough wheels and good tires. So $3,500 is actually a pretty good deal for that bike. If you're looking for a 600X, I've made all sorts of videos about it on my channel. Let's see. The next adventure in Europe. Yes, Leaf Vid Pal. I'm planning on going to Sweden this summer. Amsterdam bike riding should be a bucket list item for everyone, every living person. I believe it. I love Amsterdam. They have bike infrastructure that is just off the charts. They really make it safe for people, because they say that the number one reason why people don't choose to ride their bikes in the city where they live to work or to the grocery store is because they don't feel safe. And most American cities were not built with bikes in mind. They were built with cars in mind. Some cities are changing. They're getting the hint that more people want this. They want pedestrian-friendly places to get around, and so you don't have to be scared of cars running you down. There are some cities that are changing. My city of Boulder is one of the few cities in America where it's pretty darn good. Like, we could do better, but it's pretty darn good. We have lots of protected bike lanes and bike paths all over the city. Paulina says, hey, Duzer, every Sunday I check if your new video is ready to watch. Come to Poland. We have good beans. You have good beans in Poland? I will have to go check that out. I've actually never been to Poland. And sorry that I haven't had videos the past 2 weeks, but I have been in Rwanda. So let's talk about Rwanda. I went to Rwanda to ride bikes. I was invited by the tourism board. They reached out in January and said, hey, we love your channel, and we would love for you to come to our country and help us promote cycling in Rwanda. So I was taken all over the country. It wasn't a traditional adventure where it was just me and I was going from point A to point B. I was with the tourism board. I was with some other journalists, and we went all over the country, rode our bikes here and there and everywhere. But we also did the typical, touristic type activities. We went on a safari, which was absolutely amazing. I got to see elephants and rhinos and giraffes and baboons. And the highlight of the trip was seeing the mountain gorillas in Rwanda. It was breathtaking. I'm sure some of you have heard of the story, Gorillas in the Mist. It was a book and then a movie, Sigourney Weaver. It was a very influential movie when I was a young guy. And that's where it all takes place, is Rwanda and the mountain gorillas. And there's only 1,000 mountain gorillas left in the wild, and they're doing a lot right now to conserve their habitat. And so I was so fortunate to be able to spend an hour with a family of mountain gorillas out there. It was life-changing. You will see in my videos when I post them. I'm going to start working on them this week. Let's see. Somebody says, I bought a Giant Talon 1. How will that do for me for bike packing? The truth is, I don't know a lot about all the different models of bikes. I said it earlier in this video. If the bike fits you, if you're comfortable on it, it's a good bike packing bike. You know, you don't have to have the best of the best to do these adventures. I have met people out on the road who bought their bikes on Craigslist for a few $100s and they work fine. I will say the one thing to invest in are good quality puncture proof tires, because it's no fun to deal with flat tires when you're out on the road and you're tired or you're in a rainstorm and you get flat tires all the time. So my favorite puncture proof tire are the Schwalbe Marathon Plus tires. Carlo Aragones says, what is your favorite yummiest energy bar? Great question. I have eaten all the energy bars throughout time. I will take usually what's given to me. You know, I've had some luck with Cliff bars back in the day, power bars, but what I really love now are the Nature's Bakery fig bars. They're just really easy to eat. They're soft, they're easy to digest. They're about the same amount of calories as an energy bar, and so I'm really loving the fig bars. So go look for those. It can be any brand, I'm sure, but I love the Nature's Bakery ones. Melissa Chapman says, come ride Palo Duro Canyon. Okay, where's that? Sounds like a great one. Robert says, I gave up a seat at the bar for a seat on the bike 37 years ago, and the rest is history. And I'm training for my 80 at 80 on April 29th. That's incredible. I'm guessing 80 on 80 means 80 miles on your 80th birthday. That is so cool, Robert. Congratulations. You are awesome. Launch Studio says, one more question. I was wondering how much cash I should bring with me on the Baja Divide this fall, and what is the average amount you pay for a meal plus tips? Ooh, I mean, I guess it depends how much you're going to be eating out, and if you're going to be staying in hotels. You know, there are some ATMs on the Baja or on Baja, so you don't need to bring like all of your money in one chunk. You will be able to pull out money in some of the bigger cities as you go down Baja. But I always like to have, you know, a few $100s on me at any time just to make sure. You never know. Maybe your bike breaks and you need to hitchhike or get on a bus, or it's just good to have some extra money. But the average meal at Baja in Mexico in general is not all that expensive. You know, we're talking $5 to $6 with tip, you know, for a nice big meal of frijoles, beans. So that should be just fine. Slow Roll says, have you ever thought about bike packing in Vietnam? I have. I would love to go to Vietnam. I just don't know when that will happen. Scotland is improving the cycling infrastructure. It's way better than it was, and hopefully it will continue, says Rab. I am so excited to hear that. I think more and more cities around the world are finally realizing the importance of bicycle infrastructure. We want to make cities that are for people. You know, for people meaning that you feel safe walking around, you feel safe with your family, you feel safe crossing the roads, because there's a lot of cities, especially in the United States, where just crossing a road is a death wish, you know, let alone riding your bike on the side of a road that doesn't have a bike lane or whatever. So I'm very happy that cities are finally paying attention to pedestrians. Let's see here. The Instagram stories of the people there are transporting food. Okay, Eric says, Eric's my friend from New Hampshire. He has an awesome podcast called On the Runs. It's about running. So if you're into running, check out On the Runs. And he says the Instagram stories of the people there transporting food stacked on their bikes is impressive. So he's referring to Rwanda. And yes, there are some crazy people I met there. Maybe they're not crazy. Everybody does it. If everybody does it, you're not crazy because you're just part of the gang. But they carry a lot of very, very heavy things on their bikes. I'm going to try to find a photo for you really quickly to give you an example of what the people in Rwanda carry on their bicycles. It's inspirational. They use their bikes for everything in Rwanda. It's really cool. Where is that photo I'm looking for? Jeez Louise. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this will show up. Look at that. You see that? And that is a typical scene in Rwanda. And people will be carrying bags of potatoes or whatever. I mean, that has to weigh at least 200 pounds. And so a lot of times you'll see these guys pushing their bikes up hills and then they'll get on it and ride downhill at very fast speeds, carrying super heavy loads. So I will never complain about how much my bike packing bags weigh ever again. Let's see what we have here. Chris Caldwell says, how are you able to bike so much, but also stay in running shape? Well, the truth is, on a day-to-day basis in Boulder, when I'm in Boulder, I run a lot more than I bike. You know, I do go on bike rides, mountain bike rides, but I run more than I bike when I'm in Boulder. When I'm on an adventure, then it's all biking and no running. So it's just a tricky balance. Let's see. Is there a good group we can all donate to help get more dedicated bike infrastructure nationwide? Or do you know of the most prominent group by each state? So each state probably has a bicycle advocacy group. You know, some of the national ones are the League of American Cyclists, People for Bikes, and they do a lot of work nationwide in the United States to build up bike infrastructure. And then every town, not every town, but a lot of towns have bicycle advocacy groups. We have one here in Boulder called Community Cycles, and they are advocates for getting safe places for people to ride. I'm going to write these down in the comments here really quickly. So People for Bikes, look them up, and then the League of I'm bad at typing. You know, there's some things in life that I'm good at, and there's some things in life that I'm bad at. And typing is one of the things that I'm bad at. League of American Cyclists. Check those out. Yeah, and I think it's awesome that more people want to get involved in being a bicycle advocate. And even just riding your bike, just you as an individual riding your bike is a way to promote biking, because the more people see you out riding your bike, they'll be like, wow, I see that guy every day riding his bike to work. Maybe I should give that a shot, you know? So the more people we have riding bikes on the roads, the better, because then cars will be more used to seeing people on bikes on the roads, and they'll realize that maybe I should slow down a little bit or give them a little bit of room, because, you know, cars versus bikes are scary. You know, cars go way faster and they weigh a lot more. And when there are incidences, cars always win. Hey, AK Trail Runner, sending you some love and wishing you a happy Easter from Alaska. What's up, my friend? Thank you for chiming in, my friend. Paulo Canyon is by Amarillo, Texas. I live in the area and ride there often. That sounds cool. I should give that a look. Feliz Dia de Pascua. Glad you are back, Duzer. Feliz Dia de Pascua means happy Easter in Spanish. Let's see. What else do we have here? Yeah, so I have a friend here from Scotland talking about how he rides mostly country roads to stay safe. And I'm with you on that. And that's why you'll see a lot of my adventures. I am always on dirt roads, because dirt roads have a lot fewer vehicles. And with people driving their cars and not paying attention and distracted driving with phones, I just don't trust drivers as much as I used to be paying attention, because they're just driving their car and they're looking off. Look at this, and they're filming. You know, it's a bad mix. So I like the dirt roads, staying away from those cars. Let's see. Love me some bike lane uprising, says Brett and Lisa. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think we're getting a little bit better. Every year we get a little bit better, but we should be allocating a lot more money, I think, nationwide to making cities safer for cyclists, because the bottom line is there might be a handful of cities in the United States that are pretty good, but we should have every city, you know, paying attention to this and making cities not just safer for cyclists, but for people who walk around and take the buses and alternative transportation options. I am a big fan of all that. This is funny. Dave Brown says, my wife cracked up about your comment that maybe your videos make people buy more bikes. And then he says, we have bought 2 more since we discovered your channel last year. Haha, whoops. Sorry. Let's see what else we have here. I did the Telluride to Moab hut tour back in the 90s. Hope to do another tour someday, but for now, I will enjoy your vids. So the hut videos that you've seen, I did the Durango to Moab hut trip where you ride like 35 miles and then you stay in a hut. It's a really cool series on my channel, but there's a few different routes you can take. And if you want more information on that, go to sanjuanhuts.com. They have really cool adventures. And what's great about that is, like, let's say bike packing is a little overwhelming. You're like, I don't want to carry all the gear. It's so heavy. I don't have the gear. So a hut trip is great because all you have to do is ride your bike and it's light. You're not carrying a bunch of gear. And then you stay in a hut every night where they have food and beds and stuff. So you don't need to like pack all your stuff. Kim says, I have to agree with what David said. My husband and I are looking at buying an e-bike. I'm a big fan of e-bikes. My mom got an e-bike a few years ago, and now she can ride with me. I see e-bikes all over Boulder. I see families taking their kids to school in e-bikes, those cargo e-bikes, which are really cool. And so I am a big fan of where e-bike technology is taking the cycling world. You know, it's just, you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, but you're cheating. You're not pedaling. It's a boost. It's a free ride. It's really not. You're still riding. You're still pedaling. You're still outside. And it's still, this is the big one, it's one less car on the roads. So I'm a big fan of e-bikes. Launch Studio says, thanks for doing this. It's so fun to be able to ask you questions live. To follow up on the DJI, did you use US dollars? No, I used pesos. So you're going to want to convert your money to pesos. I think you could probably get away with dollars, but it's just appreciated, you know, to use local money whenever you're down there. Okay, Travis Reed is writing to me in Spanish. Que te vaya, mi amigo, a punto de salir para el tiempo en familia. He's leaving with his family. Have a great day, Travis. Am I doing RAGBRAI this year? Yes, I am doing RAGBRAI. Stay tuned. I will be planning some sort of something at RAGBRAI this year. It will be unofficial. It will be casual, but we will have a TeamDuzer. Don't you worry. Let's see. Rab says, my e-bike keeps me extremely fit at 65 years old. I know. I believe it. You're still pedaling. You're still moving. You're still working your core muscles. And the big thing, you're still breathing fresh air. Alex says, do priorities ship worldwide, or do they have plans opening a European store for us over here? They do ship worldwide, but like with anything that is shipped worldwide, there are import taxes. So it can be kind of expensive, but they definitely ship worldwide. I don't think they have any plans to open up a European operation. They're still a small company. They have 15 employees. So it's not like a Trek or a Cannondale or a Specialized where they have thousands of employees. It is a small company that started in 2016, you know, and I'm like so incredibly fortunate to be part of the priority team, but it's small. So I know everybody's like, oh, how about you make this bike or you make this bike and la, la, la. It's like, yeah, you know, slow, steady growth. Time for some Easter dinner, says Frederick Englund. Always nice to watch you. Have a nice Easter, and maybe I will see you when you're in Sweden. Have a great Easter dinner. Glad påsk, min vän. Tim says, I'll try to catch you at RAGBRAI. My cousin and I are going on the last day that ends at our hometown. I am so excited for RAGBRAI. Carlos says, weren't you in Africa? Yep, I've talked a bit about it on this live shot. I got back on Friday. I was in Rwanda for the past 16 days. I was riding my bike, and those videos will hopefully be up this weekend. I'm going to get started on them maybe right after this live shot. It's a lot of footage that I have to go through, and I'm really excited to show you something completely different from what I've ever shown you. You know, I've made videos all over Mexico and Central America and Cuba and the United States, but Africa was something completely new to me. I'd never been there. It was fascinating. Rwanda, has come back in a major way from a horrible genocide back in 1994. I'm sure a lot of you remember watching the news and hearing about the genocide, and they have come back in a major way. The society is united. People are proud to be Rwandan. You won't even find trash on the ground. They are so fiercely patriotic about who they are. They're very environmentally minded. They ride their bikes everywhere. They're big on conservation with the animals. The typical, we call them the big five animals. Like the lions and elephants and all that, but also the mountain gorillas. It's really quite an incredible country, and I can't wait to share those videos with you. Okay, my son loves to ride BMX, do tricks on his BMX, grocery shopping. That's cool. I got started riding BMXs too. They're super fun. Total Control says butterfly, leg of lamb, marinated rosemary, thyme, sage, and olive oil. Happy Easter. That sounds like quite the dinner, my friend. Enjoy, or lunch, or whatever it is. Let's see. Woot woot. TeamDuzer for the win. Oh, that's the Boulder local. I was giving you a shout out earlier at Boulder Bike Night. If anybody out there has seen on my Instagram or even on this channel the videos of the Happy Thursday Cruiser Ride, it is super fun. It is just a bunch of people out having a great time. You don't have to have an expensive bike. You just go and you ride. We go slow. We dance. We have a great time. And so if you ever are in Boulder and you want to come ride with us, look at the Instagram at Boulder Bike Night for information. It's every Thursday at 7:30. Come join us. It is super fun. Or if you don't live near Boulder, which a lot of you do not, start your own casual, fun bike ride. Just get people together and start riding bikes, and you will see what happens. That's how the Boulder one started 30 years ago. Friends just got together on Thursday nights and said, hey, let's ride around town and just have a good time. And it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And now for me, it's one of the biggest parts of my life when I'm in Boulder. My life revolves around Thursdays. And you've heard me say Happy Thursday a lot in my videos. That's because Happy Thursday goes back to the Boulder Happy Thursday Cruiser Ride. Mr. Snrub says, Duzer BMX video when? I don't have a BMX now, but maybe I'll have to get one and make a BMX video. Let's see. Madison Dean says, lifelong cyclist at 67. I've been in several serious accidents on paved roads, so I've always ride gravel or country roads when possible. Doing Virginia Trans Valley 520 this summer. Very cool. And I'm with you. I like riding those gravel roads. There's a lot fewer vehicles. Peggy says, greetings from Missouri. You are still an inspiration from your Colorado Trail family. Oh, no way, Peggy. That's amazing. So Peggy, I met when I was riding the Colorado Trail back in 2021. Her and her husband and her kids were on my channel. They were so sweet and so awesome. They were from Missouri, and they just happened to be on the trail when I rode by. And they're like, hey, wait a second. We know you. It was a really cool moment. She's in the chat now. Peggy, how you doing? I'm sending you a big hug from Boulder. Give your husband a high five from me and your kids a hug. Drew says, where in Boulder does the Thursday night ride meet? We meet at a place called Greenleaf Park. So like I said, if you want information, look on Instagram at Boulder Bike Night. And I think there's a Facebook group as well, Happy Thursday Cruiser Ride. Come find us and we will have a good time. Martin says, a Priority 600XE would be nice to see someday. If Pinion would make a combination mid-drive electric motor gearbox, that would be fantastic. Who knows? Maybe someday. E600X, maybe someday. Let's see what else here. My voice is starting to hurt. I've been talking nonstop for an hour, so I'm not going to go a whole lot longer. But I just want to say thank you all so much for being here right now, but also being here in general, watching my videos every week. It means the world to me. I would not be able to do what I do without you. Seriously. It sounds, like I'm just saying that because I want to just, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm being genuine right now. I really, really appreciate all of you for watching my videos. It really is a dream situation. When I started this channel about 7 years ago, when I started taking YouTube seriously, I never dreamed my channel would get to this point and be this big. And if my channel doesn't grow anymore, I'd be totally okay with that. Like, I have a wonderful community and you are all part of it and you are awesome. So thank you so much for everything. I'm just so happy. And so I'll answer a few more questions, but I just wanted to say thanks to all of you before I get off this live session so you can go out and enjoy your Sunday, Easter Sundays. CC Custom Leatherworks says, planning a ride on the Great Allegheny Passage from Pennsylvania to DC. Have you done that ride? Yes, I have. I've ridden it from Cumberland, Maryland to DC, the C&O Canal Trail. It is awesome. It is flat. It follows the Potomac River. It is beautiful. It goes through towns every now and then. And this is something that rail trails do in general. Rail trails are old railroad lines, and railroad lines would go through towns every 10 or so miles to pick up cargo and stuff. So when they convert these old rail lines into rail trails, you are set up because you're going to be going through towns all the time. What does that mean? That means you don't have to carry a bunch of food. You can stop in any town. You can get water in every town. There's usually places to camp every 10 or so miles. And so if you're looking for a safe way to do some bike touring, I highly recommend rail trails. And there's a website called the Rails to Trails Conservancy. And look at their site. They have all sorts of different maps of where the rail trails are in the United States. But that, to me, is a very enjoyable way to get on your bike for a few days and enjoy small town America. Jay Tarner says, reading your book, support independent publishers. Thank you. I am my own publisher for the book. Again, if you want to buy my book, it is at DuzerBook.com. I printed this in the most eco-friendly way possible, 100% recycled paper. No trees were cut down to create this book. The ink is non-toxic. It is algae-based ink. It was printed here in Boulder by a family-run business. And I am even sending out all the books in these recycled newspaper mailers. So from start to finish, this book is very eco-friendly. Oh yeah, and the book is good. I'm really proud of it. So if you're looking for a great read, an adventure read, you want to get to know more about my origin story, how it all started, it's all in this book, The Long Way Home, at DuzerBook.com. Mike Kilburn says, Ryan Van Duzer, the man who showed me direction that changed my life. Love you, bro. Happy Easter to you. Thank you, Mike. I'm sending you a big hug. That means the world to me to hear some feedback like this. That's my goal. My goal has always just been to inspire people to get off their couches and get outside. And, I get to do it now. And it just makes me so happy. The smile right here is big and it's genuine. Bari says, greetings from Southampton, UK. Just a question about sunscreen protection. Do you wash off the sunscreen from your face every evening during a ride? Yes, I do. I don't like the sticky, sweaty feeling of sunscreen when I sleep. So I wash if I can, I love jumping in water. You've probably seen it in a lot of my videos. If I can camp near water, I'm a very happy man to jump in creeks or lakes or whatever and just clean off. You sleep so much better when your body is clean. So yes, I definitely wash off my sunscreen. Jaime Gonzalez, Duzer, are you kidding? Your videos are the goodness we need. Oh, you are the goodness I need, buddy. And you have been with me for a long time. Jaime Gonzalez, thank you. All right, let's see. Buying that book right now. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Let's see. Launch Studio says, I'm bikepacking from Victoria, BC to Ushuaia, Argentina this fall. What would be your 2 tips, bits of advice? Man, I mean, there's so much advice, but the big thing is just to have a good attitude. Things are going to go wrong. Things are going to be hard. The weather's going to be hard. You never know what's going to happen out there, but that's all part of an adventure, right? You don't really want it to be easy. You want to challenge yourself to a degree. Not every day. You don't want it to be like so hard that it's not fun, but you want to have a little bit of challenge, of course. So the biggest thing is to have a positive mindset. And when things go south, when things are hard and they're tough, just try to smile through it and know that you will get through whatever the situation is. And when you have like a more calm, balanced mindset, when you're faced with challenges, you're going to be able to make better decisions about how to get through that moment. So that's my biggest advice for anybody going on a bike adventure or any adventure or just going through life in general, is just to like take a step back, take a deep breath, realize that it's not the end of the world, whatever is happening, and you will get through it. I promise you, you will get through it. And when you get through these moments over and over and over on a long journey, you build up confidence. And when you come back from that adventure, you have the confidence to go through life, to navigate life in a much more confident way, where, you know, sometimes life throws you things that you don't expect, right? But since you've been on these adventures and you've tested yourself many times, you're ready for it. And I feel like I have been able to navigate through life's difficulties and downtimes a lot smoother because of the adventures and the challenges that I have faced. Whew, man, how was that? We have Son of Robinson from Russia. How's it going? Welcome, all Russians. Share your wisdom, Duzer Sensei. You're funny, man. Have I ever tried a Jones H bar? I have not. I have tried the Surly Molokai bars, and they're great. And 92 Red Ferrari says 200,000 subscribers soon. I hope so. Tell all your friends tell all your friends to subscribe. So that's what I'm going to end on. I've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes. My throat hurts. I need to get a haircut. Look at this hair. But I just wanted to thank you all for being here. You mean the world to me. You really do. Please keep on sharing the love of my channel and let people know about what I do. Oh, I just saw my friend Joel Foss is in here. What's up? I miss you too, Joel. What's up, my man? Share my channel. That's the biggest way to grow, is just the grassroots way, you know. And I hope to see a lot of you at Ragbri this summer, Iowa. I will try to do some more live videos going forward. You know, I'd like to connect with you more on this level. You know, this is really fun for me, and I know it's fun for you. And yeah, thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful Easter. I hope you eat lots of chocolate and other goodies. And I will see you all down the road. And stay tuned for my new videos from Rwanda. You are going to love them. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day. See you down the road. And don't forget, ole, 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 ole. Happy Easter, my friends. Bye.